I mean, that's what we said, but
I mean, there comes a time.
that's what we said, but
I mean, there comes a time where we say there's a
I
time,
mean,
but the way things are set up,
we decided to come back.
we decided to come back. All right, we back. All right.
We back.
This ain't no new season though. We just back.
We back for a new season. It's actually a lot we want to talk about today. We talking about relationships. I actually been in the YouTube streets. Baby Tasha K. And Larry Reed, Pastor Larry Reed. Let me go ahead and put my banner up now, child. Honey, something about I can't really cuss the way I need to cuss, but something about putting something in your mouth at the under 8.
You can lick it, you can stick it, you can taste it. Every drip drop, don't you waste it. Finger looking good, and I wish it would go down and either slow and even fast with the crack of your top.
So how y'all doing out there tonight in YouTube land?
How are y'all doing in YouTube land? Again, welcome to the weekend sessions, but it is a weeknight. And every now and then, I told Q, I said, Q was like, Adrian, what's your favorite day? What's your favorite day out of the week? I was like, Thursday. Because it just lets me know all the bullshit I'm going to do for the weekend. So I said, Thursday. He said, well, it's time. I was like, it's time. So here we are, Thursday evening, going in again on some relationship-ish, because there's a whole bunch of stuff we got to say. And mind you guys, I'm unapologetic, and we got a lot to say on this episode because I'm just I just got some reads to get off my chest, and we want to talk about relationships too. So we want your input too, but we got to go in on some stuff. So Q, again, my lovely co-host Q, the content guy. Again, please welcome, and I'm Adrian Ford. Welcome again to our show, and we're gonna get into it. Let's get what you got for me, Q.
You know what it is? It's my computer screen. I'm like, child, why my stuff looks so dusty? I probably shouldn't use what I clean my glasses with.
No, it's giving me what is it? What soap opera? Young and the Restless tease on the screen. Like it's like that faded.
Oh, it look faded?
No, it gives me like Young and the Restless glow.
Oh, because I want to be clear. I want to be clear. Hey, Fifi. Hey, Natasha, Lindsay, everybody else that will be watching. How y'all doing?
I will be sipping tea all night because it's just.
How y'all doing? Oh, is the camera not gonna show up? I hate when the camera don't want to. When I be buying these old expensive cameras, child, they just don't want to. Okay, fine. First of all, I'm gonna get into a little entertainment news real quick. Because I really can't talk the way I need to talk. I'm trying this new thing. They say after 10 minutes, YouTube really don't be tripping when you start talking all crazy. So we got like 5 minutes we can kind of spare. But I want to say a big congratulations because they just released the Songwriters Hall of Fame. And guess who's inside the Songwriters Hall of Fame?
Besides us, who?
Guess who's finally getting his just due?
Babyface.
Teddy Riley.
As he should.
Teddy Riley.
As he should.
Teddy Riley, Sade, and Snoop Dogg are some of the people that are
what? Say what?
Yeah, okay. Some of the people being honored this year.
I mean, I remember when they first came out, and me and you were honored, because we was writing for everybody.
I wasn't alive back then.
Yeah, you were, and we were writing for everybody. Respect was written by Q.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I was like, Teddy Riley, he wasn't out. I was like, I would have thought, how some people used to be like, oh, child, I know they in there.
Teddy Riley should have been in there a long time ago.
Like Teddy Riley, he wrote for Dougie Fresh, he wrote for Prince, not Prince, he wrote for Michael Jackson, he wrote for.
He should have got it right after Remember the Time. He should have been put right in there after that. Remember the time? Yep, you won. Go on, put them in there.
Also, how much time we got? Okay, we got 6 minutes. We try because I know this is gonna be a messy show, so we just trying to like keep it clean for like we trying to show y'all that we can be clean, gentlemen, and not speak foul. But you give us about 4 minutes and all that's gonna change. How was your week?
Oh. Well, the weather's crazy here in Oklahoma. It's 1 minute is cold, cold. The next minute is cold. The next minute is breezy.
Oh, okay.
And then the next minute it's
tornado.
Tornado. I've seen Dorothy fly over this house several times. But as the can is that way, child. But they always end in Oklahoma all the time.
Oh, come on, God and Light.
Yes.
What was the God and Light theme?
That glare.
No, what was the theme though? Like the song. Let me look it up.
So I ever remember, when them shows would come on, it would catch a person off guard. It'd be
yeah.
I always wanted to be the one with it, that one or like the 90s sitcoms when they would turn, they'd be like, I wanted that, and Adrian Ford come up. That's what I wanted.
Come on, God and Light. Here it is. Let
Give it to me. Hold on. But I don't care what nobody say. My favorite soap opera theme song was that show back in the early 2000s was Passions. Y'all know about Passions. Passions theme song. You are the passion for life. Listen, I don't care nobody say. Y'all went in Harmony, New England, and with the witches and everything else on Passions, you trying to figure out what Teresa and Ethan was doing, and that good old Miguel and Louise.
I never forget my mother. I never forget one time my mother. I stayed home from school and she made me watch. Young and the Restless. And she sat on the phone her entire lunch break, and I was telling her everything that was going on. And I guess it was a really important episode. And she was like, "What they doing now? Who driving up the hill? Who body in the trunk?" I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Yes, I will hold the hand of the one who can lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who can taste so sweet. And I will fly on the wings of a bird, and you can take me higher. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my pet. The fact that I know all the words, that goes to show I don't watch that show every day.
Serving face. All right, we at 10 minutes. Let's go get this thing started.
Let's get it.
Okay, so first of all, these YouTube streets are very hot. I had no idea what was going on until I read something online. Y'all know Tasha K always is some bullshit, child. She always is some mess. She always got something going on. Well, Tasha K used to have a co-host, and his name was Larry Reed. Pastor Larry Reed. Well, child, I don't know all the details. So I'm gonna probably do a later show on that. Maybe I'll figure out how I feel about it. But apparently, Larry Reed was grooming this young man. Let me just. He was grooming this young man.
He was pastoring.
No, he was grooming this young.
We want to know how young is young.
Young.
How old is Pastor Holy Whore?
Oh, young. The boy was old. The pastor was old. The boy was young.
High school young?
Young.
Middle school young?
Yes.
Oh.
That's all I I'm gonna say between the ages of 13 and 15.
You are going to jail.
Period. Let me. Yep. There we go, Fifi. 15. She know what I'm talking about. Let me pull up some. Let me pull up some stuff that.
Jail, bitch. To jail.
All right, here we go. Everybody quiet on the set.
This is my mom. Okay. This is my mom. So
This is the accuser talking.
She visited. Like somehow she came in contact with these guys. What was the name of the church? At the time it was it the Breakthrough Temple or Breakthrough Church? It was Breakthrough Temple. Okay. When did things take a turn? How long until you attended the church? I would say it was less than a year that I think the grooming started. So when did you said it took about 9 months to a year for them to start grooming you? So did they start within 9 months to a year, or was it? When you think about it, did it start the moment you came into the church? I think it would. And just to be clear, we're talking about Reed. To be clear, correct. So when I say grooming, that's who I'm talking about. Okay. All right. I would have to say it started probably earlier than that. If I think about it really, because it would just be certain moments that would happen. In one church.
Okay, so Tasha Reed is a popular YouTube personality. Larry Reed is also a YouTube personality who's a pastor. I don't know if y'all remember he did an interview with Nene Leakes, and Candy did the spoof of it. That was Larry Reed. Tasha K is getting sued. She's the one that's getting sued by Cardi B, where like she was making all them lies about Cardi B, and they pretty much used to be friends. They used to be friends or something along the lines. And the guy, he's an adult now. He's not a child anymore. This happened when he was a teenager. No one should profit from. Come on. Yes, he's now an adult. So pretty much he's now coming out here. I don't know the whole story, right? But what I'm sensing is there was a falling out between Tasha and Larry, and it got messy. And Tasha is known for mess. I don't know I don't know, but I just know that if you know the church, you know the church. I ain't gonna get too deep into the church because I know the church. But if you know the church, you know the church because the church they be churching when they shouldn't be churching. I didn't know he was a pastor either. I just thought he was a YouTube personality. I did not know he was a pastor until today. So we on the same. We both late, sis, because I didn't know he was a pastor either. I was like, "Who's Pastor Larry Reed, child?" I was looking online and people was coming up, and I want to play something before I get your thoughts, Adrian, because while I was waiting for the show to start, I was listening to the interview, and there's a scene that popped. There's a moment in the interview that popped up, and I said, "Oh." Now, I'm gonna forewarn y'all. It's very vulgar. Not vulgar where we're gonna get shut down, but I'm not gonna play the whole thing.
And they basically told her, like, we got him. Like, we'll make sure he's good. And she was. So you just ended up just staying over there, and then it just turned into. And then we ended up living there. So let's talk about this test.
So let me do this correctly. Larry Reed was giving him a test to see if he was gay or not. And he was a musician in the band in the church, and he was dating this female, and they both all lived in the same house. So they were trying to pretty much say, he'll stay with me and blah, blah, blah. And Larry was like, I'm going to give you some tests to see if you're gay. And this is where we pick up from here. This is a mess.
These tests that he wanted to run on you to see if you were gay or going to be a womanizer.
Yeah.
So what would it describe the tests?
Okay, so he had me come in his room, and he had a blanket. He was wrapping a blanket. It was a zebra print blanket, black and white zebra print.
Zebra print. Okay.
Yeah. And he ended up wrapping the blanket, which
he was testing to see if he was going to be gay or if he was going to be a womanizer. Mind you, this boy is like 14, 15 years old. And he looked at him and said, you're either going to be gay or be a womanizer. To a 14 or 15-year-old. I need to stress that.
He actually, years later, ended up giving to me. He gave me the blanket years later. Because he said it was the blanket that he prayed in. And he was like, yeah.
But he was wrapped up naked in it.
He was wrapped up naked in the blanket. I just, like, when I was preparing for this, I remembered that. I forgot.
Okay.
When I was preparing for this, I said, yo, he gave me that.
Now, all this is on Tasha's page. This whole interview is on Tasha's page. I'm waiting for part 2 to come out. This is a mess.
Blanket. This is the same blanket. Gave me the glass. That's a whole other something. But so yeah, he told me to come in his room, and he had a wife beater on. I remember like seeing the wife beater, but he had the blanket wrapped around him, and he told me to take off all my clothes. And it's okay. I'm blindly listening because I just trust him this much. I trust him that much. I'm just like whatever he's saying, like I'm just good with it. So he told me to take off all of my clothes, and he told me to sit down beside him. He was sitting in the Indian style, and he pulled his computer. It was an old Mac computer.
Okay.
And he put porn on. He put on gay porn, and he told me to watch it. And immediately when I saw what it was, I remember like physically feeling sick. I almost threw up. And I looked down. I was like, yo, I can't even look at that.
This is a 14 or 15-year-old at the time with a grown-ass man.
I remember him laughing. Like, he laughed. He was like, well, he's crazy. I was like, it was physically making me sick. I'm like, I can't look at that. I can't.
And you were sitting there butt naked.
I'm sitting there naked. I was sitting there
beside him, and he wrapped it, and y'all were on the floor.
Come on.
I'm sitting on the floor. He had a black futon.
He ain't done.
And he was sitting right in front of the futon on the floor. And we both are like our back up against the futon. And he pulled out this computer and put this gay porn up. And what he was trying to do is to see if my body would respond to seeing two men together.
So, Albert, back to your question about what was the grading scale, to see how his body was going to react.
That moment transition. Like I said, it went from me just doing the spinning thing when he would jack off to now he's physically touching me. And so
he would touch you while he was jacking his dick?
Yeah.
Like feel on you?
Yeah.
Like your...
Yeah, my butt. He would start touching on my penis and like, yeah. It transitioned into that. Then it transitioned more. The address on the police report, like the 3216 Olustee. I think a lot of people have kind of concluded that that's the only place it happened. It isn't. It's not the only place it happened at. He lived at a house, and what I'm about to describe now is where this happened at.
Get into this.
Grace Park. I don't know if it's the same name now, but it's called Grace. It was at the time. It was Grace Park in Morrisville. And so he told me to lay on the bed this time. I wasn't on the floor. Every other time I was on the floor. So he wanted me to lay on the bed. So I'm laying across the bed, and he's doing this massage. Lights off, right? He's doing this massage, and in the middle of the massage, he starts sucking my dick. In the middle of the...
Now, y'all heard this grown man say at the time, Larry, Pastor.
Massage. And I said, I remember, like, I jumped back, like, oh, like, what are you doing? I jumped back, and he was like, oh, the same scenario. He minimized the moment because, for me, I'm like, this is a violation. Like, what? You never did this. Like, what you doing? And because of who he was to me, I was able to bring my mind to a point. I'm like, okay, this is Reed. It's okay. This is Reed. It's okay. Let's calm down. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first time that happened. It was supposed to be at church, and he gave me oral sex, laying on his bed, and like I said, he gave it like this spiritual thing. Like he made it a spiritual thing. They gave it a spiritual thing. Like, I'm sorry, like you're, because he was tired. Some reason he didn't want to be at the church.
he would. The guy is saying or alleging that when Larry didn't want to go to church,
I can't. People got to understand that when you are a child that grows up in a dysfunctional pathway, household, all that other stuff, and you're going through that whole phase of a dysfunctional pathway, and all you know is dysfunction. Granted, maybe the father wasn't in the house, maybe the mom was single, but there was a mentor that you looked at. You know what I mean? Affiliation, that middle part. The affiliation was that man, and that man pretty much seen something in a child sexual and took advantage of that child, grooming that child into, believing that this was the normal. And that's what people have to understand. Right now, what that young man's dealing with is now behaviors that are more tuned in because it can hit him at any moment, and he's dealing with those factors of that man molesting him, for years, and what he's facing. And people don't understand that factor of how it can really mess up your mindset, because in your mind, it wasn't something that you were into, but this man forced something upon you, and then had the audacity, because Audacity is on a world tour this year, had the audacity to try to utilize the word or the church or your position in the church to inflict fear. Like, to me, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Like, that's the lowest that you can do, all lows. That's fucked up. And I just felt angry listening to this man. I'm like, that's so fucked up that somebody would do that to a child who he's looking at you like a father figure, a mentor, a role model, but you rolling your lips on his little dick. You nasty bitch. Get somebody else to do it. Because I can say a whole bunch of shit on Larry.
Well, we don't know. Hold on.
Like you said, it could be a whole bunch. We don't know what's going on until we find out. But right now,
everything we do know is disgusting.
Yeah, right now, what we know right now is disgusting.
There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it.
Right, Natasha? That's the way I feel.
We don't know the backstory. We don't know why Tasha did this. We don't know why the guy came out. We don't know anything. But what we know is somebody lying and somebody telling the truth. And I haven't heard Larry come out yet. I haven't heard his interview. I haven't heard his side of the story. But this is a very detailed,
a very serious allegation.
Detailed and serious allegation. If it's true, throw away the key and the other key that made the key and the machine that made the key. to the jail cell that he belongs in.
Matter of fact, take that whole key machine and leave it in Cleveland.
Like, because
I
need to watch. I need to make sure I say this correctly. Children back in the day, children just in general. Okay, because I'm going. Let me just. If what he did is true, he should be ashamed of himself. He should be locked up. He should be in the volcano immediately. He should be everything that comes to him. It should automatically. I don't know. Again, I don't know what Tasha's motive was behind this. I don't know how all this got started, but clearly some real shit that went down. If she didn't went there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you done went there, some real shit then went. This light is bright. God damn, this light bright. Some real shit then went down. Ooh, this light is bright, child. For that to happen, let me go blow my nose because I need to get my. Because we're gonna move on to the next topic because I feel like if I say something, I'm gonna lose my job. So I'm just gonna move to the next job. Next, blow my nose. I'll be right back.
Well, all I'm saying is, from a psychological standpoint, if this is all true, that man is dealing with adverse effects probably for the rest of his life. He is scarred for the rest of his life, and it's just sick. You know what I mean? And if it is true, you got to look at the backstory. Sometimes, most times, when most people who assault children or anything sexual, then sometimes along the line it's happened to them as well, and it's just a pattern. It's just learned behavior that just keeps going and going and going. There is no excuse if this is true. I
also, we know the church. We know the church of hypocrites. We know they contradict themselves. We know they get up on their pulpit. They say one thing and they live another lifestyle. Right? There are very few who actually mean what they say and follow out what they say. But yes. I'll get more details on this. And I will come back. I'm trying to figure out what my dog doing. You staying in here or you going out? Because this is you 20, you grown now. You can hear this kind of stuff. He 4. Which means he 21 a dog is. So let's just move on to the next topic.
Let's move on.
Ooh, baby.
Look, took away my energy, child.
Baby. I said, oh, Tasha, girl. So she always in some damn mess. Now, this is a video. Now, the next topic is a video. I'm gonna let the video play, and then we're gonna describe the backstory behind it. So I'm gonna let the video play first.
Duck quesadillas, and that was cool. We smashed our burgers. Them burgers was fire. Then we had some wine, and then he took me home, and then we started painting, and it was really, really cool. But wasn't interested. He had to go. Not my type.
Let's play again.
This guy invited me out on the first date, which I don't even know him from a can of paint. He wasn't my type, but he took me to Putt Shack. We and that was really, really fun. We was putting, had some little mini golf, it was cool. I was the winner, of course. Look, boom, 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 boom. Malik, you already know. Then he took me to City Winery. City Winery was cool. They had some really good food. I ate. They had a live band. Then I ate some duck quesadillas. And that was cool. We smashed our burgers. Them burgers was fire. Then we had some wine. And then he took me home. And then we started painting. And it was really, really cool. But wasn't interested. He had to go. Not my type. But
okay. So it went online on Instagram, and it was like, did people think this guy was wrong? He posted a video of him and this guy going out on a date. He was not into the guy, but he went on the date anyway. I think the problem that people had with the video was not that you went on a date or that you weren't attracted to somebody, because you could initially be attracted to somebody and then get on the date and be like, I'm not really feeling this, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish the date off. I think a lot of people, the problem that most people had was that he posted the video online. So the comment was like, was he wrong for posting this video online, or was he in the right, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of people were saying, 90% of people were saying he was wrong. But then you had the other like 10% that was like, well, the guy chose to go on a date, so I mean, it is what it is. Right. He knew going into it. That's my thing. Hold on, child. So I think that people are like, well, what's the people that are the 10% are like, well, what's the problem? I don't see what the problem is, because he went on a date, he agreed to go on it. What if he told him up front that he wasn't into him and they still went on a date, and it's just a date, it's just food. But what do it yeah, it does seem mean. It does seem mean. But everybody else online was pretty much like you, Natasha. It was like they were trying to humiliate him, and it was like, now the backstory, because there's always a backstory with the girls. The guy that was narrating the video and talking is a porn star. Well, OnlyFans.
Porn star.
OnlyFans model.
Twitter
we don't know anything about the other guy.
Twitter porn. Twitter porn.
We don't know anything about the other guy, but the guy is a porn OnlyFans guy, whatever, Twitter, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's also known to have a lot of like criminal activities.
Assault charges, going to jail.
Yeah. So he hope this is an opportunity where flexing goes wrong and his calendar dries up until late summer.
And also, where does he? I think he lives in Atlanta.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he lives down the China, Atlanta. To me, it was late. Whether the story was true or not, or whatever he was doing, it was late. Like, that was late. It goes to show just how superficial you are. There's no way in hell if I could meet somebody and I'm not interested from the door, I'm not going. But if you listen to the video, you can tell that motherfucker ain't never been nowhere a day in his life. He never been nowhere where they gave out, wineries and all that. Because he's probably used to being.
What you say, utensils?
He don't even know where he couldn't even tell you how to set the utensils on the goddamn table. You could probably tell that one. Live music, all that. He never had that. He's probably used to, your bottom, come on over here, come suck my dick. And that's what he's used to. He's probably used to, hey, I got $50, get on your back. That's what he's probably used to. And now somebody finally took your ass out, because, again, a real person won't be walking dead down the street with a known porn star, let alone going on a date, unless you're desperate. And that man probably had no idea. Or maybe he was probably a fan of his, from a porn perspective, and he probably needed something to eat for that day, and he went on and took that trip because he had nothing to eat. It's just late. It's tired. It's late. It's delayed. And it's through. And there was nothing cute about that at all. And I hope the guy that was in that video that he does, I hope people blow him up trying to snatch a fight over that man to give him all he needs, because he seemed like clearly he has class and how to treat somebody and take somebody where to go. That motherfucker on the other end used to trap house and get fucked in somebody's mama's basement. But again, what do I know?
Yeah, it was given very like, I want to be viral. I want to be, I want to go viral. Look at me. I'm light skinned. I look like this. Look at him. He's heavy set. He's darker than me. He should be so lucky. But from what I saw was that this guy went out and planned this long, like he took probably a couple of days to plan this long week. Probably got, reservations and started off with something fun, and then ended the night, with something cute.
Classy.
He took you somewhere, took you to a nice restaurant to eat with a live band. He didn't take you to the club with chicken wings. Like Nene Leakes said in season 1 of Housewives, we had lamb and shrimp. We didn't have chicken wings and watermelon. We had lamb and shrimp.
Look. We didn't go to A-Town Wings.
Right. It was giving very
off of Old National. We didn't go to
A-Town Wings. It was giving very It was given very look at me. Woe is me. Look at me. Look what I'm doing. I'm helping the less fortunate. Yay, look at me. No, sis.
That was late, sis.
No, sis. No.
That was late.
That was late.
And my thing is, it just goes to show how shallow you are. And you're probably young. He's probably young.
I'm going to tell you what happened. Once that goddamn video turned off, he probably gave that boy some.
Because he do to everybody else on Twitter.
For free. So
for free.
He paid for your food. You might as well go ahead and give him time
and with no condom. So
well, she don't use condoms anyway.
Yeah.
No,
she's like this. She's like that. No condom forever.
Moving on. We don't know what she do in her bed. Moving on.
No condom forever. Oh, nasty. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, nasty tramp. Oh, nasty tramp.
What's going to happen is somebody's going to snatch that guy up, right?
Absolutely.
And somebody going to snatch that guy up. Somebody go down there to the courthouse and marry him, and then he going to be online like, damn, it should have been me.
Now I'm still living in somebody's couch.
I think that was late. And like you said, like everybody else has been saying, you kind of know from how the date starts out if you're really into that person or not. I'm not. And here's the thing: you don't have to be into the person to go out and have a good time with somebody. It causes nothing to be nice. Go on a date. That person might turn into a friend. It might not turn into a relationship. It might turn into a friendship.
But you know what? Gays like that can't handle friendship because they used to fuck.
That happened to me and Mr. Buck. I ain't want nothing to do with him. I went on a date with. That happens. That's what people do. They go out and they have a good time with people, and they keep it moving, and they become friends, and they pass their leftovers over to their friends. It's simple as that.
I mean, if y'all really want the truth,
no, they don't.
Oh yeah, because I let them know Mr. Buck did fuck you, and it is on video. But we never put it out there.
Who?
You screaming and never mind. Anyway, let's continue to go. With the show.
It was just late. It was late, sis. You didn't get no cool points. They read you online.
You definitely get no cool points. And you thought that you was making something laugh. And the people who act just like you agree with you. That's that 10%.
Yeah, and the people who act like you only want to sleep with you. That's all. Because girl, you.
I think that was
my thing is we'd already seen what you're working with, so you ain't no prize.
Yeah, if you ain't attracted to somebody, just don't go out with them. Shit, why are you forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do? That's just late.
You ain't no prize. You a criminal. You ain't got no job.
Child, you definitely got a criminal record. And
you a dummy, bitch.
When we pulled up your shit in those county records, you did go to jail for those assaults.
Speak. You know what? I need to look up. What was them? What was the two boys that drove to? Was it Tennessee?
They killed that boy. And what they doing now?
You just be saying stuff, child, you gotta put allegedly in front of it.
Allegedly, girl, we got allegedly down there.
So better say it again.
Allegedly.
Thank you. What was their names?
Allegedly.
What was their names?
I don't know. They was porn stars too.
Because I wanted to do a follow up on that story. So damn.
There hasn't been anything in the media that really talked about their follow up because normally somebody would do it.
But where did I send it to y'all in the group? You know we got two different group chats. Oops. Why I find this story? You said let's go get into relationship talk while I try to find this story because I want to know the follow up. So what's you feeling? What's going on? What's wrong? What's on your mind? Who's bothering you?
Okay. I don't know if y'all, but this is what I don't like. I don't like the random hey stranger.
Oh.
That to me drives me crazy. And what's been happening lately, and I've been noticing in the LGBT SAV TLC escape community, is that a lot of people are saying like, hey, people are dealing with X factors, meaning that you didn't get over your ex. You're still kind of stuck on your ex, but you're trying to have a rebound to think that it's going to be your soulmate. But at the end of the day, you're having these moments where you're just sad and quiet and the person's asking you what's wrong and you saying nothing wrong with me. But in reality, you still miss Joe. and Joe then fucked half the town and still sleeping with the creep that he left you for, and you still want him back. So those that are good with you, you kind of do them dirty and wrong, and then when you realize along the line, ain't nobody really fucking with you, and Joe's really not gonna leave, you want to call the person back and say, "Hey, stranger, I missed you." No, you didn't. You just missed the fact that nobody wants you. And now you're stuck in these moments. And that's what, people do. This whole remember the time, remember me type situation. No. That's no.
So what you're saying is that their relationship. What you're saying is, and what you're getting at is that you deal with somebody, or you think it's going to go somewhere. People start to get into relationships. It's not working out the way they wanted to work out. So they think that you're still sitting around waiting for them. So they decide to hit you up and say, "Hey, stranger," instead of just being honest and saying, "Hey, I'm talking to somebody. I think it's going to go a certain place, but I would still like to be your friend." And then it's up to you to say. You can feel however you want to feel about it, but at least that person was honest. So then it's up for you to say, "Hey, I appreciate you saying that to me." And we can see where it goes.
I got a quick story. I got a story for y'all. So there was a person that I was talking to, and we kind of hit it off really good, very open, and good conversations and things like that. And we were talking for quite some time, for a nice little minute. We talked every day, and then it was like, "Hey, I have to go back to my old city to take care of business. I'm going to do this and that, this and that." I was like, "Okay, cool." Communication's always key. So this person goes back. Person still gave me that same energy, calling me. We're laughing. We're talking good times on the phone and all this good stuff. But there was one particular time they went to one of their friends' house, and they would show me the friend's house. The friend was really nice, but then it was like, take me around. I was like, "You don't have to like put me on FaceTime and showing people's houses and going in rooms and all that. You don't have to do that." So apparently that must have struck a nerve with them. And then they got like real quiet and was like, "I'll call you back." And then all of a sudden communication became very spread out. Every now and then I'll hit you. Then I found out I was overreaching. And that's another thing we want to talk about, overreaching out to that person. And I was getting like nothing in return, or text messages like one worded, all the good stuff. So long story short, they come back to town, and we're still, I'm thinking I'm like, "Hey, whatever." And I made like a little joking comment about like, like a flirting thing. And so they gave me the whole, "You can't flirt with me. I'm kind of talking to somebody right now." I already knew that, but I was like, okay. And then it was funny, coincidental. The same day, somebody on Facebook sent me a picture of both of them together saying, "This is my boo." And I replied back as always, "Congratulations on y'all relationship," and left it alone. All right, let's move on. So I haven't talked to the person in a long time. Then all of a sudden one day, when I was looking adorable as fuck, I was walking into a store and I heard my name, Adrian. I was like, "Who the fuck know me in here?"
I said, "Bitch, it's me." Oh, not that store.
It was like, "Adrian." I was like, I felt like Rocky. "Adrian." I was like, "Yeah." That's what I said. It's like, "Hey." I was like, "Hey." It's like, "Wow, you look good." I said, "And do?" "Hey." It's like, "It's so good seeing you." I was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, okay." And then the person's like, "I ended that relationship. It wasn't what I thought. I made a big mistake. I rushed into the situation. We moved in together and it wasn't what it was supposed to be. And I'm just, I'm just over it and this and that." I said, "Well, a peace of mind is sometimes what you need to do for yourself. And I think that's very healthy. And I'm glad that you did that." But I carried on with myself to finish shopping in the store. Then all of a sudden they say, "Is your number still the same?" I said, "Yeah." They say, "You didn't block me." I said, "I'm too old to be blocking people. I just don't deal with you." So all of a sudden, I got a text message talking about, "You looking so good. I definitely want to I definitely want to hook up with you," and this and that, this and that. So my reply was very customer service. I was like, "Ha ha, you're so silly. Have a great day." No, bitch. No. You made your decision. I need you to stick with those decisions, because one thing about me and Q, we are history teachers. And we will remind you of, what you did, what you said, how you acted, and just let you know that's where you're at. And you will never, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be nothing, anything. You just be where you're at. And I'm happy. I'm sad that you and your boo didn't work out, but that's on you. I said, what's for me will be for me. And what I don't do is backtrack anything. But yes, but that's another. No, I don't backtrack at all. You know that.
I have one time.
It must have been a passing, but me, I don't backtrack. Once it's over, it's over. There's no need for us to rekindle, reflame, nothing. It's just no. But that's another pattern of what people do. You know what I mean? When they try to test the waters with a whole bunch of people, and then the person that was like the shit and could have been like good for them, they kind of, and then one ain't shit. They chase the ones that ain't shit. Then they want to come back and they realize how good you look.
So bitch. You want to come back?
Now that she's gone, you want to come back? Is it a fact? I got it like that. Trade made me wait too long. I'm gone.
So for me, I don't like. So I don't know. I just feel like we at a point, and you get to a point in your life and your age, and it's just like, girl, like I never forget. Remember, Bus Driver.
Yes.
Okay, I was really into. I was really into the Bus Driver.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, really into the Bus Driver. Like we were hanging out. Y'all came around. The Bus Driver hung out with us. Me and Bus Driver almost had a, what's it called when you add another person to it?
Truple.
A truple. But what's the other word? Polyamorous? I don't know.
I always say pomegranate.
Pomegranate relationship.
Pomegranate relationship.
Mm-hmm. So one day we were at I was really, me, I was really into this person. I was really, really into this person. Really into this person. And I mean, because he was a nice guy. Like he wasn't a mean person, a mean spirited person.
No, just dumb as hell.
So one day we were sitting on my couch and we were watching we were watching Shazam. Y'all know that show with Jamie Foxx, Shazam? That's my show where you gotta try to find a song and match it, and you can win money at the same time. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
Whatever. So it was Shazam, and we were sitting there, we were talking. I was like, "Why are you sitting so far away?" And I had finally got the courage, and I was like, I really, really like you. Let's see where this can go. And Bus Driver was like, well, I'm talking to somebody. Now, there was no indication that this person was talking to somebody. There was I didn't get no because the texts were going, the replies were going, you were staying the night, we were doing this, we were doing that. There was no I didn't know that you had another life. I don't want to say life, but another life. So I was like,
come again, say what?
I instantly I was like, oh, so when was you going to say something and he and he was like, yeah, we really hot and heavy, we really got. I was like, oh, so when was you wasn't going? You were just oh, okay, that's what we doing. Oh, okay, cool. So him and that person end up getting into a relationship.
You talking about?
And that person, Bus Driver and R. Kelly, end up getting into a relationship.
Yeah.
And Bus Driver end up going into this whole depression, and he was hitting me up on Facebook telling me about his what's the name, and he was hitting Adrian up telling him about his relationship and his depression and everything he was going through. And I kept saying to myself, ooh, you dodged the bullet.
Thank God I dodged the bullet. I'm so over you, baby, good looking now. Yes.
And I kept saying to myself, well, you want to be with R. Kelly.
And guess what? Never mind. R. Kelly led Bus Driver with Usher.
R. Kelly left that Bus Driver, left him with a surprise.
Wow. Child.
I said, oh.
Child.
Left him with a nice little surprise. I said, oh, okay.
Now
Girl, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. Hello, you're breaking up. You're having some outbreaks. What's going on? It's a lot going on over there.
I wish that I can hold you now. I wish that I can touch it. I can't touch you during your seasons. I can even shake your hand during your seasons. Child, you might get
all I'm gonna say is allegedly that he had the usher. Remember when they said Usher had what he had?
He had the usher.
Mm-hmm. Watch this.
You had the usher. And Q, I can truly say that you have dodged a bullet. And I know that you felt very disappointed. Like I thought, and I remember us talking. Like you was like, it was very disappointing. On like you lied to me. Like you kind of let me on, and you lied to me. But you know what? I think somebody said karma's a bitch, and I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean,
watch this.
Me and you talked about, I think it was season 2. When we talked about what we would rather do versus what we would rather have versus what we wouldn't do, and we'll take Charles Zesta over anything. We'll take Charles Zesta medication over pop that coochie cream. Yeah.
So I was like, you want to go back outside? Because you doing a lot.
Oh, I got another one.
There was something. Say hi to the people.
Kingston.
You want to say hi to the people?
Kingston.
Come on,
Kingston.
Come on. Oh, say hi to the people. Say hi, people.
Hi, Kingston.
Say hi, people. Okay, get down. Okay, you breathing all hard. Try to move.
Oh, remember that time I was talking to that person from Philadelphia?
Yeah. Remember you was talking to Chili?
Oh. You said that was the cold. Would you say that was the cold? Would you say that was the?
It was Chili.
No, but you said that the situation was the first time you ever seen somebody cut off.
Oh, okay. So, long story short, child, that was the first time I ever seen somebody get played the way they got played. I was like, oh. He was like, can you get your friend to talk to me? And I was like, he said he want to talk. And you was like, drive. And I was like, well, I gotta. From my window, I was like, I gotta go. And he was just sitting there like this. As we pulled off, he was like,
listen, I tell people, listen, you cannot think you can play me like
I was in the mirror, like the river mirror, like this.
So Chili got left because Chili was being late. My thing is, no.
Remember Chili was moaning in his sleep?
Oh,
I was like, child, what are y'all doing over there? I am a virgin. I am a pre-post virgin. What are y'all doing over there?
Not a pre-post virgin, bitch. And I was asleep.
But that wasn't my laptop. Yeah, but I just feel like, how about this? How do you know in a relationship or getting to know somebody if it's time to take it to the next level?
I think I don't know. I think it's sometimes we get excited and we jump into stuff prematurely, and then we realize why we should have slowed down. When we realize that it's really not, we gave the title, we jumped to it, then we realize like ain't nothing popping and we shouldn't have did that. Sometimes that happens, but sometimes when you're excited to see somebody, or every time you see their face, and every time, quality time. Like, I feel like if you feel like mad because you can't be around them because you just really like them, and you just feel that energy, and they give that back to you, and it's reciprocated. Especially if a person is a good person, the person who's watching this, you're a good person.
Oh.
Mr. Bug watching the show from work. But yeah, if a person's good, I think it's just the energy and vibe that you feel. I think but sometimes but this is another thing I tell people: you have to be very careful with this one. You might want to get me live on this one. Get me. I'm gonna talk to the audience real quick. Q.
It just won't do what it's supposed to do.
Q. All right, so there's some things that you got to be really, really careful with, and especially with getting into relationships or falling into somebody. You don't want to find yourself falling in sympathy versus growing and falling in love, because sometimes people will come to you and give their sad story, and you feel so bad. You feel like you got to love them, protect them, and got to be there for them, and you realize that along the line with all their bull crap and everything they're going, you're protecting and loving and all that. And you thinking this is love and all this other stuff. But in reality, you fell in sympathy. You didn't really fall in love. You really fell in sympathy for that person. And now they're victimizing ways, which is like grooming, made you kind of like fall into their situations. And you find yourself like, I don't really want this anymore. And that's when the shit kind of goes downhill. So I always tell people, I'll say for me, I say growing to love someone, because you're growing and building and foundations and all that, versus I fell in love. And I believe sometimes, there's things that love at first sight. That does happen. I believe it is. But don't fall in sympathy and you miss the whole page because you want to be Mama Papa Bear.
And listen to your friends when they tell you it's time to go. Your
yes.
friends are the best.
Please listen to your friends. They say, bitch, that ain't it.
That ain't it.
Bitch, that ain't it. You can do
so much. Your friends and your family telling you that ain't it. That ain't it.
If your motherfucking friends and family say, bitch, that ain't healthy.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about your good club girlfriends. The girlfriends you go to the club and get numbers with. I'm talking about your real ones that help you hide the body.
Yeah, the real
motherfuckers. They call you and they be like,
listen, hold on. Hello?
Bitch, that ain't it.
Why? What you mean?
That ain't it.
You think I should break up?
You should, Ben. First of all, he's late. He's short. It don't equal. Y'all look like the number 10. Now, when he was at my house, honey, he left Beijing on my bed. That freaked my child out.
Oh my goodness. Beijing on the bed?
Beijing on my pillow, child. That freaked my daughter out. She said, Mommy, what is a Beijing?
I'm so sorry the Beijing's left on your sheets. I'll replace them.
But you can't afford these sheets because you still with him.
But I was trying to stick beside him.
Why?
There's really no reason why.
Okay, well, is that him in the background? Bitch, you said you was leaving him. Girl, I'll call you back. I go to the motherfucking club.
Okay, all right.
Get the fuck off the phone, bitch.
But I love him. He does a lot. Honey, I love him. He is fine. He does a lot of nice things for me.
Coco, you really like this guy, don't you?
Dang, Timo, Coco, what you gonna do? You know what? I'm gonna let him know that I ain't going nowhere, and my love is gonna be right here for real, though. Word.
Okay, so yes, you do not get into a relationship for sympathy. Do not get into a relationship because you see everybody else in a relationship. Trust me, it's fun to be the single friend of the group.
Well, not anymore, because Mr. Box.
No, put your hand back up. Put your hand. Yeah. He said he got on the show. He said he's single. That's what he said. You need to leave him.
Hello?
He said he's single. You need to leave him.
Right.
Okay, well, just call me later. You know my address.
Hello.
Hello. And watch out for friends like that too.
Yeah, those
bitches man behind your back.
Your corner bitch, but they plot to sleep with your motherfucking woman or man. Those bitches. Yeah, those and be very careful about those motherfucking friends that try to compete with you, bitch, for a date. How they think they're competing with you. I try to tell people, baby, this face card ain't never declined. And
Fifi, that's right, honey. Let me tell you something. Being alone, you get to know who you are. You get to love who you are. You get to sleep with who you want to sleep with. You get to leave your house the way you want to leave your house. You get to do all of the things that you want to do.
All the things that your man won't do.
These niggas ain't they ain't shit. But I had a conversation with my friend the other day and he was talking about because he's a child. He think he's straight, but he gay. I wonder if he watching. But I be telling him, I was like, you keep thinking, right? That's right. She said alone, not lonely.
Cause I know I'd rather be alone than be here unhappy. Come on, Karen White.
What song is that?
Rather be alone than unhappy.
What other song?
Child, that was like her mid-90s comeback.
Child, you always saying somebody had a damn comeback.
She did. But child, it's just because you didn't get it.
You always saying somebody had a comeback.
But bitch, and everybody know that song. But you.
Let me see. What was it called?
Rather be alone than unhappy, Karen White.
Karen White, rather be alone than unhappy. This bitch swears something was a hit. It's because she ain't had no hits. She swears something was a hit.
Bitch, you ain't had a hit since Aretha.
She ain't had no hits.
Child. Look at that broadband. That's what she get. Now she frozen. Just like Disney. Oh, that's what happens when you got dial-up in the house and shit like this. Oh, hey!
I was too busy looking for Karen White's hit. That's why my stuff went out. But anyway, John took up all my Wi-Fi to find
it. Trying to download that song, bitch.
What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying, but okay, Karen girl. Okay, Karen girl. I think I do that song.
It was a slow song.
I think I know that song.
I think the video was about like domestic violence or something like that.
So she went from her putting orange juice on the table, and the juice being sour, but he thinks she's talking about him.
But everybody know that first Karen White album was everything. Especially with on her and Babyface called Love Solid.
What was I getting ready to say?
Back to these relationships, child, and these people and these behaviors and all this other stuff. And also, this is another factor. People who never took a break.
I know I was gonna say.
And you jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship because you just want to have a title.
I got a friend like that.
Can never say, bitch. You can never say single, bitch. You just got to be with somebody, just to be with somebody.
I turn around, she got somebody. I know what I was gonna say. So I was on the phone with him, and I was like, "Boy, you think like a straight man, but we know you one of the girls." So I was saying, we were talking. He was telling his friend that because she's now dating a guy. This guy has all this money and he can do stuff for her, blah blah blah, that she don't have to do for herself. And he was like, he was like, Grandpa used to pay all the bills back in the day. I said, yeah, but that's back in the day where Grandpa would pay his bills and go cheat on the side, but all the bills is getting paid in the house. So Grandma ain't had nothing to do but raise the kids and make sure the bills are paid and make sure food was cooked while she was also cheating on the side. But money was being bought in the house. We don't live in that day.
Look. 4 out of 5 kids wasn't his, but
we don't live in that day and age no more. Nowadays, niggas ain't shit and hoes ain't shit. So keep your money. honey.
And child, women be making more money than his ass anyway. So,
and a lot of men cannot handle women making more money than.
Well, they hate a woman with power. They get so angry because she'll need you.
What she need you for, boo boo?
Before she like, bitch, boy, you make 40,000. Go ahead with that.
Oh, not 40,000.
Bitch, 40,000, bitch.
No offense to anybody that makes 40,000.
No offense, but we just, for example.
Also, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Okay. If the sex ain't good, what you sticking around for? Why you wasting your time? Girl, if he ain't tearing that thing up.
Girl and boy, if he
That's what I said. Girl,
if he making that prostate, she said, I can't wait till Trey come home so he can tear that prostate out. Yeah.
Honey, run as fast as you can, child. Because why you sitting around
faking it? But also, don't act like you can take it either. You trying to be a pro at it, you can't handle it, and then he just say, you know what, as soon as I stick it in your ass, you're running and shit. I can't handle it. He just leave you and go fuck with somebody else.
But you also don't want nothing like this.
You don't want to be Donnie Donut Hole McClurkin. Where booty hole look like a straw in water. Glass of water.
Yeah, and the thing is, I feel like this. Get bring out that side of you that
Yeah.
Go on a little trip with your man or your woman, and bring another one in the bedroom. Notice I said go on a trip out of the country. Not in your neighborhood.
Not in your local jurisdiction.
Not at your local Walmart. Go on a trip.
Local Walmart. Not the bitch that work at City Trends.
No. Not the one that said, oh, girl, you look cute in that outfit. Is that your man? Not her.
Not her.
No.
Not her.
You go over to the bitch that make the clothes.
And there's another one. Don't be fighting over what's cheating on you. That's what I get. You going after the other person, but the bitch right there is cheating on you, and you still want to.
But sometimes, though, right? Hear me out. Sometimes you be wanting to fight him, but then the bitch gets smart with you. She start popping off. You like, bitch, I wouldn't even.
But guess what? That person got that person in that position to do that. Now, if the bitch knowingly knew that we was in a relationship and they did it anyway, then you come and you drag that hoe outside. Kind of like when I whooped your ass a couple years ago when you were trying to come between me and Mr. Back. I was like, bitch. I was like, you done took it too far. I'm going to hop in my car and I'm going to hook you up, bitch.
Child, you always swear somebody want Mr. Bug. Don't nobody want Mr. Bug but Uncle Sam. So anyway, moving on.
Don't you got a man?
Pay your taxes.
Why you hanging with mine?
Now I want to hear this damn song. But see, I want to hear that song because I want to know if I know it.
And we've been through bad times.
I just feel like I had this whole show planned out. It was gonna be messy, but that damn the way that story popped up, it kind of took me like I want to dig some more. Cause I'm like, child.
We're gonna have to probably bring that into season 4. Cause
she always in some
herself. Can't help it.
She cannot help herself. That bitch cannot help herself.
She cannot.
She always in some mess.
And the judge granted Cardi B another chance to do that community service before she go to jail. So,
Cardi girl, you got till March 1st to do it, so you might as well go ahead and do it.
Girl,
you not exempt. You my girl, Cardi, but you not exempt from the law, sweetie.
Bitch, so go on and do that.
You're not a white man.
Yes, go on and do that community service at Keisha's daycare center.
Go down, Cardi. This is how you do community services. You a celebrity, right? Go on and make a like a toy drive, or go and do something with the homeless shelters. Go on, organize a food drive or something.
Have fun with it. Go to the youth, the girls. Help go to a group home or something like that, and do. Child, get it over with this week, bitch.
Girl, the way I would have had that shit lined up.
No, that's called pride, bitch.
The way I would have had that shit lined up.
Bitch, what?
I would have been there talk about how I used to be a stripper.
Child, and sat down and give the girls a whole story while
They ain't saying what I had to talk about.
Child dressed up like Sister Mary Clarence.
And the way and with a collar and a robe on and say how you used to be a stripper.
And giving them a whole story.
And tell them how I used to run niggas for their money.
And tell them how I follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep.
I will follow him.
Follow him.
Wherever he may go.
There isn't an ocean too deep. A mountain so high he could keep me away from your love. Oh, yeah. And if I love him, I'm gonna follow. You'll always be my true love. I said, listen. When she said that, she said, true love. I said, yeah. And make one sing that also. I was like, yes, hit them notes.
You can't. Let me tell you something, Cardi. We try to help you out, sis. Listen,
girl, come on
you go
now.
Down there with your
ideas,
go down there. Go down there to the Bible store. Get you a collar, girl. Get you an old sister. I'll get you an old
nasty one.
Go get you an old nasty robe.
Nasty robe, bitch.
Tied up in the back a little bit to make it a little tight. Show off your little figure or something. I'm just trying to help you out. Girl. You get down there to the group home, or you get down there to the homeless shop or whatever, and you tell the people, I can make a way. You can make a way, and you start off with you going to school.
Bitch.
For the 2 years you went to school for, and then you let the girls know. You say, hey, I'm going to go ahead. And then I decided I was only going to get my associates. So then I'm going to go ahead. I went ahead and decided I'm going to be a stripper because the money wasn't coming quick enough for me. And then once I realized I could rap, then I'm going to start being a rapper, right? Boom, I'm starting rapping. I start dropping my mixtapes. I'm online. I'm on Instagram. I'm blowing up. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I had Love and Hip Hop come find me. I ain't gonna find Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop came and find me. Boom, bitch. That's already 2 hours of a story right there, right? Boom. Okay, here we go. Next 2 hours, right? You ready? Listen. So you get on Love and Hip Hop. You like, I'm only gonna be on Love and Hip Hop for 2 years. That's all. That's it. I ain't got nothing else. And then boom, Kodak Black came. Whatever it's called, Bodak Yellow, whatever the fuck it was called. Right. I got my teeth fixed. Like, I got bundles. But I got Offset. I got 2 babies. I made it out the hood. I'm one of the biggest female rappers around. If I can do it, you can do it. And you just tell that story. You just tell the same story for the next couple of weeks. Go to community service, over with,
girl, and then perseverate on it. Just keep talking about going up the same stuff. Yeah, just repeat yourself.
Talk about how you threw that shoe at Nikki because she was getting on your nerves, girl. You just keep talking.
Go in. That's all. Go in. Go in. Just if I had long nails, I'd be like, go in. That's all.
That's it. Boom. Community service out. Drop your album. We on to the next thing. And stay out of trouble, sis.
Stay out of trouble, please.
Leave them girls alone. If Offset fuck who he want to fuck, girl. You fuck who you want to fuck. And just keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Because he gonna always be a fuck boy, girl.
Keep it moving. He has gotten more attractive, but he always gonna be a fuck boy.
You think Offset attractive?
I think he got more attractive than what he used to look like. He used to be dirty looking. Now he took a shower once a week.
Not a shower, bitch.
Bitch, that is all. I will, bitch. The way they started that off, I will follow
him wherever he may go. And the way that harmony in the background. That's where Skate got that from. You think, yeah.
Yes, let that man cheat in peace, girl. So how many hours of community? Let me see how many hours community service you got to go, because I just gave you a good 20 hours.
Girl, I done gave you an additional 5 on top of that. So
that's 25 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Cardi B community service hours. Let's see. Girl, the 15 days, girl.
15 days.
Girl, I just gave you 2. I just gave you 2 weeks of worth of stories, girl. I just gave it 2 weeks.
Girl,
2 weeks worth of stories.
Additional 5 days.
20 days. Boom. In case you get in trouble again, you already got 5 out the way.
Yeah, that's probably Cardi calling you now.
Hey, let me call you right back. All right.
Is that Cardi?
Yeah, that was Cardi. I thought I'd call her right back because I'm trying to help her get a community service.
Cardi, continue to finish.
Oh, so when I was typing in Cardi, guess who popped up?
Who?
Carol Baskin. They said her husband's still alive. I can't.
I'm logging off.
If y'all want to call in real quick, feel free to call in before we hop off this thing.
About 10 minutes because I got stuff to do.
What you got to do?
Stuff.
It's 10 o'clock at night. What you doing?
Yeah, 10 o'clock on the East Coast, child.
Oh. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock over there. What you doing?
9 o'clock on the Central Time, child.
Okay, so it's 8 o'clock. What you doing? Or 7 o'clock?
No, we're lined up. We're lined up with like Texas, Houston, and all that line. So we're still, we're still in that little time zone.
It's okay, child.
Fifi, you shy?
You ain't shy when you come reading them girls down at Potomac. You ain't be shy.
Fifi, I know you ain't shy. And Lindsay, the one who say the most, be the only one that don't call.
Child.
Lindsay be reading for filth, for the blood.
We should do more. We should do more like this.
Yeah, maybe we'll call it
let's just talk.
Thriving Thursdays, child. Just
I'm sorry, I was reading something. We should do more stuff like this, more conversational talk.
We'll call it Throat Goat Thursdays.
Oh, speaking of growth, though,
or Burlington Throat Factory, like that pastor was doing to the boy, becoming the Burlington Throat Factory.
When the video, the boy said he came in his mouth
because he was a Burlington Throat Factory.
That's disgusting.
That
you are turned on by a child.
Yeah, infant got you going.
The infant got you hot and horny.
Infant got you hot and horny, and you became that child's throat coat.
And then had the nerve to get your ass up behind that pew
and lay your hands, and then speaking to that mic. So whoever used that mic, just nasty. If you didn't drink it, you didn't.
And then the thing is, you got to behind that pew, and you were talking the way that you was talking, knowing that you were sleeping with a child,
a baby.
Now, Kim Burrell, if you're gonna talk about something, that's what you talk about.
And Donnie Dunn and Hub McClarkin can't say nothing.
Well, he can say something because he wasn't sleeping with no child. They weren't sleeping with kids.
True.
They were not sleeping with. They just nasty individuals. They weren't sleeping with kids. 2 people that I know sleeping with kids.
Is that Pastor and Singleisha Jones?
Pastor and Roberto Kelly.
And Singleisha Jones.
Well, she got a celebrity. She just thinks she's a celebrity.
She just thinks she's a celebrity.
She was fat.
Child, only one look like the original Rose from Titanic.
Child, she is the Rose from Titanic, bitch.
She is. Child, with her good Walmart
that was her holding a heart in a Celine Dion video.
That was her holding a heart. That was her holding that heart, child. That's another story, child. She left that little 16-year-old. Mind you.
Yeah. Oh, honey.
Oh, the Bishop Eddie Long tea.
Honey, Eddie walks, so honey, Larry could run. Child, that Eddie Long tea. Eddie gone, so I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that alone because I see you thinking we're gonna leave Eddie gone.
I ain't saying that. Listen, I ain't saying nothing about Eddie. I'm just leaving him alone. Let that man rest wherever he's resting.
I'm pretty sure it's hot where he's resting, but gonna go ahead and let him. Very hot.
Wherever he's resting, just let him rest.
In the heat.
Let him rest.
In hell. We should do that. You know what? We should do this maybe like once or every other week or something. Because this is actually really cool. This is cute.
Yeah, just like a regular conversation. I'm drinking my tea. I'm being shocked like you guys. I'm like, you know what? This is a lot.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Some of y'all humans do the worst things.
To children now.
To children. Like, leave kids out of it. Like, you could have hooked up with that guy that went on that date. He'd let you do anything for free.
With a child. That is a child. And you already passed her.
You supposed to be teaching him well and letting him lead the way, but clearly you led your way down. Never mind.
You was leading the way, all right.
Leading the way. It went right down your throat. Burlington Throat Factory.
The problem is, because of who it came from, I always gotta say sometimes the messenger is the problem. So because people be having problems with certain people, they don't want to listen or believe it. Because that messenger, you be like, girl, that messenger, she's a mess. As simple as that. Anyway, y'all.
We love you.
That?
We thank y'all.
Thank y'all. We'll see y'all.
Stay tuned for season 4 of Weekend Session. It is coming.
Girl,
it's coming.
We'll be back soon.
Not like how the boy did in that man's mouth, but it's coming.
We'll be back about a week or so.
About 2 more weeks. I gotta get my stimulus check.
Bye. It's probably one of them documents. That's why you ain't got it yet. All right, we'll talk to you later.